Joining me now is retired Lieutenant General Richard Newton. He's also a NewsNation senior national security analyst. I want to talk about the logistics and operational considerations of a major ground offensive. But as we look at this, Israel is preparing for the next stage. 300,000 plus reservists stand at the ready. No one knows what Hamas has planned but Hamas, right? And what is waiting for Israeli ground forces, we can only imagine. How do you prepare soldiers for that type of battle?
Well, good morning, Marni. As Robert again effectively reported, the Israeli Air Force is hammering targets inside of the Gaza area, which is really about the size of Omaha, Nebraska. As he mentioned, over 2 million people live there. It's a very densely populated area, but there are Hamas targets. They're commanding control and other aspects of not only their leadership, but also some where they have their weapons caches and so forth. One thing about Hamas, let me just make this point clear. There are subgroups that have joined in with Hamas, which may or may not necessarily be part of Hamas. In fact, there may even be competition among these subgroups, these terrorist groups, but nonetheless, so it's not a homogenous target set that you're going after. That's very complicated. But the Israeli Air Force, as I mentioned, is hammering, targets inside of Gaza. It's very complicated, as Joe alluded to, because of the civilians and so forth. But nonetheless, they are preparing for phase 2, which is going to be the ground invasion inside of Gaza, which will be led by heavy armored tanks, artillery, and certainly infantry. And as you mentioned, the Israelis have now, I believe now the number is 360,000 reservists to call up. So this isn't just going to be over several days. I think this will be through weeks and perhaps even months in terms of this next operation, Marni.
You have to imagine that Hamas, in planning the attacks over the last few days, were prepared for this next phase. They've got this tunnel system, intricate tunnel system underneath Gaza. They want the Israelis to come. So what types of booby traps might they have set up?
There are all kinds of traps there. They're very lethal. And these tunnels really have existed for years. The challenge with the Israelis have in the next phase of the operation, they may not have as much precise intelligence operations in terms of the actual structure and in terms of where these tunnels are specifically located. By the way, these tunnels, I believe, are also certainly interconnected, and this is likely where in 8 or 10 locations where those near 100 hostages are located as well. So it's a very complicated environment. And you're right, they're booby-trapped throughout. Only Hamas knows where those traps are and so forth. So the Israelis are really going to have to really be very precise here and surgical in their approach, all the while as they conduct the invasion, this ground invasion that we anticipate in the next couple of days or so. That's going to have to be rather a blunt approach also, because it's going to take that firepower to create those avenues of approach into the specific target areas that Israel's trying to take over.
I'm hung up on the phrase moral clarity that both Secretary Blinken mentioned and Benjamin Netanyahu echoed in their remarks earlier today. How does moral clarity translate militarily when you look at the Wall Street Journal headline this morning, Hamas's invasion rewrites rules in the Middle East?
What that tells me and what I think about every morning I'm waking up now is that what Hamas and just like ISIS has done is really indiscriminate targeting of civilians. And oh, by the way, Putin has done that in his invasion in Ukraine as well. And so the new method of warfare now moving forward in 2023 and forward is going to be now indiscriminate killing of civilians as targets, not necessarily as as results of urban warfare and so forth. And so this is going to be a new playbook, and it's a playbook right out of ISIS. And now it's with Hamas. And I also think in terms it's with Russia. And then the next playbook, as I get more geopolitically here, why not with China? Why not with North Korea? And certainly others, Iran, certainly. And so the moral clarity here is one where it clearly pits the West against this what I would call this evil terrorism with Hamas, Hezbollah, and others. So it's indiscriminate. It's very precise, and it's extraordinarily daunting and fearful for any population.
Yeah, daunting indeed. Retired Lieutenant General Richard Newton, as always, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.